You wake up to another beautiful morning on the frontier until you find rabid squirrels gnawing on your nuts on another exciting episode of the Cowboy Rowdy Podcast.
Wait, Governor,
Know that I'm coming correct.
let me talk to you guys about something that you can do both drunk and high that is extremely pleasant.
I think our podcast needs a budget for guns.
Cowboy Rowdy. Well, shoot, dang. Crack a cold one, baby. What is it with this fucking podcast?
It's me, your host, Gambeezy Berry, and joining us as always, Michael Booth, Monterey Bay comic and show producer.
How's it going?
And of course, resident comedian and filmmaker, Anthony Barrera.
What's up, what's up? It's your boy, Young Baphomet.
That was the most distinguished Young Baphomet entrance that you've done so far. It was like
Listen,
subtle.
man,
Yeah, if
we're
that was
starting
a
to rebrand.
if that was
demeanor
like a
regal.
basketball shot, it was like a young Baphomet free throw. You know what I mean?
Clean, nothing but net, just easy.
Working on the fundamentals, you know.
Gotcha. Trying to
Well
pronounce
done.
your name fully and distinctly.
Well done. We are missing, of course, studio engineer Sebastian McCabe, of course. He
R.I.P.
is,
Sebastian.
It's called Skype blind. It's when you spend too long in Zoom and Skype calls, and you actually lose eye function for a little bit. So it's hard, and we're praying for him.
Yeah.
And we're gonna start a GoFundMe.
Rest easy, Sebastian.
So look out for that. So what do you guys think? We looked at the subjects today, and I just want to say I think it would be very meek and understanding of me to let one of you introduce the first subject because I want to see you grow.
Oh. Okay, I'll bring it in, sure. Today we're talking about fatherhood. How to be a dad. And who
Wonderful.
would probably be the best dad out of the non-fathers here on the show.
Jeez.
So I'm going to start it off. I'm going to say first things first. I think I would probably be the best dad just because I have the most empathy on this podcast. I relate very easily to how other people feel, and I have a great sensitivity to that. And I think that's an extremely necessary part of a young child and young children developing.
That's beautiful to hear, man. I really support that. I just have a quick question. How does the Young Baphomet branding help with the children? 'Cause,
Listen, man, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just gotta throw the junior at the end of young Baphomet, you know what I'm saying?
Like when you
Okay,
discipline that, you like, yo, this young Baphomet in here now. Like, is that how he knows to like?
Yeah,
get
it's
in
gonna be
line?
matching outfits. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna stand directly behind
like,
me, but a
this
little
ain't-
bit off to the right. So
This
you get
ain't
the
dad
silhouette.
no more. This is young
It's gonna
Baphomet
be-
now.
Just so that he knows he's gonna be walking in my shadow for the rest of his fucking life.
Oh my
it's
goodness.
going to be
dude.
personalized, like faux military fatigues. I'm like, oh no, this is a Michael Jackson.
Well, no,
logo.
I would never wear military fatigues as pants. That's a big fashion no-no. That hasn't been done since 2007, and frankly should never be done again in fashion.
I'll just say this. I'm glad that you at least are going to give the child the same name because that tells me you have a little more integrity, and I like to see that. I told you off the show, and I'll say it again. Your child's going to murder you, but other than that, this is going to be great. You're going to get
You could
14
try.
years.
You could try.
You're-
Definitely try.
They will try, but you're going to get 14 years of Partridge Family first, and it's going to be real fun and games. And then young Baphomet's not going to have as many races he talked about having back in 2020, and things are going to start getting heated in the household.
Yeah,
And
bro.
that's
Once
when I
you're a
worry about
dad, the
young-
wraith is just not even in the picture anymore, dude.
Are you kidding me? Young Baphomet Jr. is gonna have his own mini Wraith.
Oh my.
When the
goodness.
Wraith becomes a Honda Fit, like things start like
Honda Fit.
No minivans over here. We go with SUVs.
Yo, the
Got
mini
more
Wraith is
space.
gonna be the Jeep. You know what I'm saying? That little battery powered little Jeep.
he's gonna have an Odyssey.
battery powered. Nah, we go solar power, homie. That shit runs off the sun.
Okay.
But your kid's
okay.
gonna be complaining about the charge time.
Yeah, you're gonna have a
You
lot.
better have
You are
backup
not
panels,
patient.
dude. And you better have like another battery in line, son.
Young Baphomet Jr. is gonna be a hyperbole of you. So like, if you would complain about something, he will like murder you in your sleep about something. Like this is gonna get very dangerous.
Yeah, I hope the mom has
Listen,
like
if
a
you think
longer-
I sleep with my doors unlocked, then you obviously have not gotten to know me over the course of this show.
You sound very close with your children, is what I'm trying to say. Michael, how do you think? How do you think things are gonna be?
I think that I would fare well as a father. I have good experience. I grew up in an in-home daycare, so I kind of helped my mom, watch
Parenting
like
was
groups
a
of kids and
day-to-day,
stuff, and I
yeah.
kind of I think I would do well. I don't know. I don't really want to. I think that's apparent in previous episodes. I'm not really down for that, but I think that if they had to be, I think I would crush it. So
What if you compulsively just start parenting and like you start your own daycare because that's all you know? Like, your partner has one kid, you're like, let's have 5. Like you just keep on going.
It
People
could
are
be like
"Man, are
Daddy
you
Daycare,
Mormon?"
dude. I'll be your
Yeah,
Jeff
dude.
Garland. It'll be cool.
no,
Yeah,
I'm
Jeff
not down for
Garland.
that, bro. I watched how bad it's. Yeah, I don't want to do that.
Dude,
Well,
you're
you
Eddie
don't want
Murphy
8
in this
kids running
scenario.
around the house on a sugar rush?
Nah, bro. Like
Dude.
every morning at like 7 a.m. when I was a kid, I wake up to like them crying because their parents are leaving. I don't want to deal
Oh,
with that
shit.
at all. So like, yeah, I'm good.
Have you ever seen the movie Cheaper by the Dozen?
Yeah,
Yes,
Steve
this
Martin.
is further not. You're further like in just like.
What he's trying to say is, that's not Steve Martin. Is that's what's his name?
I
Dan-
just-
That's
Dennis-
Steve Martin.
Which one
like-
was Dennis Quaid in? He did one like those.
Did
He
he?
did The
was-
Parent Trap.
No, he was another one later where he had like tons of kids.
The
Oh,
It
fuck?
wasn't Cheaper
did
by
they
the
do
Dozen,
another one?
another
Did they do like a Safeway
They've
brand
done a
version?
sequel, but they got
like-
Steve Martin for the sequel.
It was like Baker Dozens of Plenty or something like
Yeah,
that. It was
they
a total
did like
rip off
some
from another
fucking
studio.
Great Value brand
think.
version of Cheaper by the
I could
Dozen.
have sworn he did one. It was basically like, what's that show, The Duggars or whatever, that 18 kids? It was like trying to like patronize that a little bit. It was weird. It was really niche market. Like, you got
That
16
shit's fucking
kids?
scary.
I don't think I
man.
saw that
18
movie.
kids.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That's not
sounds
kids.
like
That's
a
a compound.
nightmare.
That's not kids. That's a compound. That's so beyond
Yeah.
daycare. That is an institution at that point. I am kind of looking forward to it.
Oh, what, you want to have a bunch of kids?
Here's the thing. I know enough about myself to know like hereditary flaws, genetic defects. And so if you have your child, that is really, they're going to learn about the world, and the world they're going to grow up in is going to be changing constantly. The one thing you can give them is an awareness of the perceived problems they personally are going to encounter. And so the tendencies, things like that, I don't want someone from my bloodline, so I'm going to adopt. So
Nice.
just get out of that whole mess. And
There
then
you
if they
go.
ask me any questions, I can be like, I don't know. And neither do your parents. Don't try to contact me. And with this tactic, I avoid all culpability for knowing anything about anything. They're like, where did we come from? I was like, well, we didn't come from the same place. They're like, oh.
We do-
Jeez, dude.
So I think
That's
I'll
both
be
a
the best.
kind and unkind thing you're
I'm
doing.
going to be the best father because I'm so giving and because I'm going to set the bar so low.
Nice.
Simple math. The problem is, April's gonna hear this, and then it's gonna affect our relationship.
I really
have to
hope.
have
R.I.P. to you,
caveat.
sir.
Soup's jokes, tons of kidding. Hey, wow, wow. So let's
I
get out
really
of
hope that if I have a kid, he or she never hears this episode.
Yeah.
Because I am not going to be empathetic at all.
Like, Dad, I just want a tattoo. Remember this episode? It's like, hey, remember that time I beat your ass? I can still do that. Yeah, this
Listen,
one's going in the
I don't feel
bunker.
like I would be very
This
good.
one's-
I only know what it's like to have a dad up until age 15, so I don't really know like what dad thing is like.
I feel like that's some of the most critical years, though, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
Because, like, 16 to 18, I spent most of my time trying to hide from my dad.
I mean, I had a
'Cause-
stepdad, but you know,
Oh. Well,
Not
how
the
was
same.
stepdad life? I've never had that. I only heard.
not the same.
Not the same. Okay.
I'm sure. Especially
'Cause
at 15
If I was a
or 16
stepdad,
or however old you were.
if I was a stepdad after, like, year 1 or 2, I'd be like, I think I really got through to him.
See, if you were a stepdad and you were really trying to angle it with a kid,
Dude,
I
you
feel
know,
like
already
you would want to
you've
go
heard this.
younger.
I've talked about this. Like, I've talked about being a stepdad would be the best the way to do it. Like, 100%.
It's like setting the bar low, too. It's like, look,
Yeah,
I'm never going to
yeah.
be your real dad, so let's just go
Cameron's
fishing
gonna
and shit.
adopt. It's practically like the same kind of like if I'm a stepdad, it's similar to adopting. You're just kind of choosing like, okay, I'm gonna help these kids out, or at least that's the idea I don't think it's executed that way most of the time.
Well, yeah, honestly, that's kind of crazy though. We should talk about that because I don't see actually on anything, joke or aside, I don't see a lot of people talking about that. But the reason a lot of people go to like an orphanage or to like a place like that, a shelter for kids to adopt, is because they can't have their own. In a lot of the cases, that is like the main reason, like the main reason that people adopt. It's not because the kids need a home. It's most of the time because
They can't have their own.
they can't have their own. And there are families out there who do adopt for good reasons. Well, that's not a bad reason because it's okay for someone to want a kid, and if that's the option that's available to you, you pursue. That's a pursue away. But imagine if we had a society where it was like an incumbent self-responsibility that people had, where they would be like, "I want children, but I know right now there's children out there that need parents." Imagine a society like that where there's never a deficit of parents. That's crazy. That's crazy.
That'd probably lead to a population decrease too.
Yeah, what's the next subject?
Dick pics.
Dick pics. Let's go. Let's get
Fucking
into it,
beautiful
baby.
transition, boys.
That's how you do that.
What's the next
let's get into
segment?
it,
Dick
'cause-
pics.
'cause, yeah, you could kind of tell dick pic energy was on the mind the whole time we were talking about parenting anyways. Like, we didn't talk about partners.
I
we didn't
guess
talk about
this is the
nothing else.
first of the very, very, very first step into becoming a father.
if executed successfully, only if you're a good father.
And I want to mention this PSA: only send dick pics when requested.
And even
Oh,
then,
unsolicited
don't.
dick pics are not cool, dude.
I just wanna
Super
say-
not cool.
Only
not
send
cool.
when requested. I'm looking right at the camera, looking at
I'm
the,
just
whoever's
gonna,
watching.
I'm just gonna do this
Don't-
right now. I've never sent an unsolicited dick pic, and the only dick pic I've ever sent, I regret.
Nice.
I regret. It makes my hands look small.
I figured something out on Snapchat. If you want to send, if you're in that conversation and that's happening, and someone mentions that they would like a picture from you of that nature, go to their name, click on their name, get in the text chat, and then click on the little camera. So you only send it to them. Because if you try to do it the other way in Snapchat, where you have to take the picture and then pick who to send, you can accidentally tap on someone else's name,
Dude.
and you
I
don't
want
want
to
to
be honest
that.
right now. That got way more technical and practical than I thought it was going to be. That was
It's
very
very
I
helpful.
feel like
practical.
that almost
That is-
happened to you.
if this
because
is
it
some
was so
sort of-
This is
specific.
real life advice that I am
If this
giving
segment
from
was
Oh
the
like-
wow!
If this segment
Look at
was
Michael
like,
just exposing his business.
almost
regardless of
sending
that-
to someone else, and it was someone where you're like, you definitely don't
Yeah.
want to send
Oh,
that
shit.
kind of picture to
he's
your
literally
homie.
in the business.
It was like
He's
my
literally-
homie, you know. I'm like,
About to get all kinds of mixed messages.
No,
I'd be
actually,
like
Michael-
accidentally sending it to you, Anthony, just being like, "There's her name," and
It was not an accident.
Oh.
Yeah.
Please don't send me a picture of your dick.
I'll just say this: he's actually in the business of preventing unsolicited dick pics, so that's very responsible.
Yes, I am letting you know
so-
how to send it specifically to the person that is requesting, and
Yeah.
in Snapchat,
And
which
nobody
is,
else.
I don't know if you should send it. I don't know. I don't think you should.
Is that owned by China?
I don't know, dude. Like,
I don't know, dude.
I've done it,
China's got-
so it's
you can't
there.
run
They
for
have
president.
it. They've done it.
You
They
can't
have
run
it.
for
Man,
president.
it'll tell you if they screenshot it, which
If
they,
you-
probably
yeah.
will.
If
Unless
you
it's
run
a
for
mis-
president now, you're screwed because they got your dick pic, and they'll be like, "Thank you for getting power. Now we own you."
I think there was one like pretty cardinal rule when it comes to taking pictures of your dick. It's that when what looks bigger, an overhead view of a building or a view from the ground floor.
Oh, so you go from the bottom up. You're a foundational.
Yeah,
guy.
it's got to be like a skyscraper, man.
That's interesting perspective.
See, my arms
You gotta get
aren't
the
long
angle
enough.
in. You know what I'm saying? With that being
Yeah.
said, I've never actually taken and sent off a dick pic.
Oh, you haven't? Am I the only one
No,
that has
no.
in here?
No. When I was 18, I got talked into it once, and it was old
Oh,
flip
wow.
phones. It was old flip phone. That picture was grainy. There was a
Wow, you sent it
there was
on
like
a
this.
OG.
The screen was
hard.
like this big on the phone. It was a 12 by 12 pixel resolution, and like 8 pixels were dick, and like 2 pixels were hand, and I got insecure. And yeah, so never again.
I mean, I've dated, you know, and they request we send.
It's a weird thing. That's a younger generational thing. It's not my generation. Like, we don't want that shit on the internet. Like, most people like in like their 30s that I know, that's a nightmare. Is like for a lot.
Have
of
you
them
ever
having, like,
taken
social-
one with like your face in the picture?
No.
No.
You'd have to do
That's
a
a
bottom
big
up.
no-no. That's
You'd
a
have
big
to do
no-no.
a bottom up. Isn't that what happens if you go bottom up though? Like,
If
you,
you
like,
go
jumping
bottom
the
up
way?
and if you
I'm
go
so
bottom up,
confused. You're doing like some yoga pose that I cannot imagine right now. If you're doing,
What are you
this
Yeah, are
talking
you, like-
about, man?
You go
what
from
are
the
you-
bottom up, but your face is not in the frame. Do you just set your dick on the camera like a scale? Like, what do you do? What are you doing? I don't understand how.
Well,
you're
I
even
mean,
taking this
it's.
shot.
I mean, I'm assuming it's erect, so that shit's gonna be pointing.
So you're like
just gotta make
literally-
sure- you gotta
is
move
like
it,
a
you gotta-
Death Star flying over
You gotta
you?
kind of
Is it
like
just like a
finger it
you're in
into
the shadow
position.
of your dick?
Gotta
I
use
mean,
like two
everybody-
fingers and just.
I'm just gonna say I feel like this is unique to everybody, and you have to mess around and kind of figure out your own angle. But I agree with young Baphomet here. I think that
I go Scorsese next time I do one. I'm going.
you just
full,
have to
I'm
mess
going,
around.
I'm going Kubrick on
And
my
hey,
next one.
if you
It's
got
gonna be
some
such a
lighting,
crazy
if
shot.
you got some lighting, any type of lighting you can get,
dude, no, I'm gonna go
not gonna
out.
lie,
I'm gonna-
a filter goes a long way.
No filters. Mm-mm. My new thing. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna take a shot out of the star.
I can't
map,
believe
go
we're
out in the
just. I
mountains.
can't believe
Yeah.
we're talking.
No. This is you're gonna
Really
see
giving
one
it
of
up
these. I'm
right
gonna
now,
be-
dude.
We're
By the
really
way,
just
I'm gonna be
breaking
so
it down,
proud.
dude.
I'm showing these to you when I make these, but I'm gonna
You're
take
gonna
a
show me
picture
your
of the
dick
Starlight
pics.
Galaxy.
Step by step.
It's gonna be open skylight, okay? Open skylight, and I'm just gonna take a picture where just the silhouette of my cock and balls over the stars.
He's gonna
It's
do
like a
front-facing
freaking-
camera. He's gonna lay it on the mattress, and then he's gonna do like a oblique, like crunch side push-up, and then he's just gonna it's gonna be dick shining through the skylight. It's just gonna be.
What you do is you empty out a Febreze bottle and you
Yep.
fill it up with water and then just mist it so that it's like glistening.
I'm gonna set up a tripod. I'm gonna have a
guys.
canvas screen and a light. I'm gonna do a shadow projection onto the sky.
Once
Dude, this
again,
is awesome. Honestly,
everybody's
if my next
angle is
dick
different, I
pic
think.
isn't like fit photo of the century, if it's not on the cover of Time magazine, I didn't do a good enough job. Because I'm gonna make a beauty next time I make one.
Telling you, dude. You could dick pick your way into a woman's heart.
It's gonna have its own
I
IG
just
account. It's gonna be good.
you said you've never sent it though.
No, I sent.
Yeah,
one when I
that
was
doesn't
18.
mean I can't
Oh,
have
you-
my expertise in filmmaking.
I don't know if
and
you have
have a
expertise
personal
if you've never
collection?
sent one, bro.
You have a personal collection.
I
of
feel
your
like I'm
own?
the
Did I
only
not
one
just clearly explain how to take the most pristine one, though?
I don't think you
So
did.
you're just saving them for yourself? That's fucking gross.
Yeah,
dude.
that's weird. Do
You
you
just
just
stare
take-
at your
No,
own
I don't
dick.
take
Are
them.
you
What the
that
fuck? I just know
narcissistic
how
that you have to just take pictures of your own dick for yourself?
See, I knew there was. See, Michael's
No!
advice was so practical. Michael's advice was like, press this button, press this button, press that name.
Yes,
Send
I
your
gave
picture.
the
Bang.
best advice
Your
so
advice
far.
is
I
like-
gave the most specific advice on how
No,
to
you did
practically
not.
do it.
No.
You follow my
position-
advice, and you will
How
have
you go-
yourself.
You said from the
dick
ground
pic of a
up.
fucking
That's so
lifetime.
fucking.
Ground up is your face, bro. Your face is gonna be all tiny up next.
Put
to
your phone on the
penis
ground
head.
and stand over your
It's
phone.
gonna be penis head right here. and
You
then
guys
your head.
obviously
Horrible
have
angle.
no
Shot.
idea. You guys
It's gonna
obviously
look
have
like
no
a
idea.
miniature.
what
Your head is looking your dick.
I feel
and
like
the way
you-
you're talking about shooting it. Not good. What? This is weird.
Like I said, I think it's your own angle.
You
and then do what I
literally
said.
agreed with me not like 2 minutes ago. What are you talking about?
I said everybody has their own angle. So I'm saying that you might be right, but you also that's unique to you. It's not unique to somebody else who might have a better angle than you.
I feel like you're gonna have some weird ass dick pics that are like people like it's like they won't even know it's a penis. They'll be like, what the fuck? Like when they see it,
You ever have somebody in
abstract and
junior
shit.
high like take your phone and then take a picture of their dick and set it as your wallpaper and then turn your phone
Yeah.
language to Japanese
That was
so you
fun.
couldn't figure
That was
out how
fun.
to
That was funny.
you couldn't figure
That's
out
a
how
good
to
one.
change it and then you had to keep looking at the God.
Honestly, I'll take dick pic over tub girl any day. Any day. I've had friends do that. Fucked up. Don't ruin my
Yeah.
childhood.
Or they just draw dicks all over your yearbooks when you're signing yearbooks.
It's the
and-
worst, dude. Sexual
I
harassment.
actually
of
noticed.
kids
I
is
was
the
looking through on the
worst.
other day. It's so funny, and I just saw it was just a whole page of dicks. I was like, "Jeez, dude!" It's like I don't even know who drew this, but I was like, "Why would you?"
It's like that
It makes
thing
sense.
from Superbad where like they're like 8%
Yeah.
of kids that just draw dicks. They just
Yeah.
can't help themselves and they just draw it everywhere.
I think that's the 8% that send in all the dick pics. If I'm being honest, I think it's a natural progression. You go from that to like you can't create them fast enough on your own, so you just start using the camera. Like, oh god, more dick pics. Like, I think it's a compulsion thing, and
I stand
feel
by
for
that.
those
I
people.
gave the most practical advice, and I would like to move on to
Yeah.
the next.
If you're actually gonna
I'd
send
like
a dick
to
pic,
talk about
rewind. Go to Michael's very first thing he said. He's gonna
Listen,
keep
if we're
you
just
out of-
gonna lie to them, then like what are we even doing here? I gave
Hey,
the best advice.
Still, Young Baffin's
Michael's
never
the one
sent
who's going
one,
to keep him
so.
from getting canceled, though. And that's especially important if we're going to talk about our next bit, which is who the F is going to replace Ellen.
Yeah, who's gonna be the next big time talk show host during the day?
I do not know. Have you ever watched a single full episode of Ellen?
Yep.
What?
You
I
seem
li-
surprised.
I
I've
grew
seen
up
bits and
I grew up
pieces.
in an in-home daycare, bro. Like I said, during the
Oh,
summer,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
helping with the kids. Mom's watching Ellen. Mom's watching Live with Regis and Kelly. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
you're right.
saying, dude? R.I.P.
You're right.
Regis.
Dude, I used to install AT&T TV back in the day, and every time I'd get the TV hooked up, first thing come Ellen or Steve Harvey. It was always Steve Harvey or Ellen.
Family Feud. Hell yeah.
And I was always like, Steve Harvey. Easy
You know who's
choice.
underappreciated? Maury.
Maury's been through it, dude. Maury's
Maury's had some real fuck shit go on his stage, dude.
That show
He
is
has
intense.
instigated some tragedies. So, do you think Maury's going to take over? He's got
No, absolutely not. Maury is gonna burn in hell where he belongs.
He's got
but-
very little left in the tank, anyways, right?
Yeah,
So,
he's
you think
been
someone
at it
young?
for decades now.
Think someone young or someone established?
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. Who they should get. It's Dwayne the Rock Johnson. He's like the man to do it.
That's a pay cut for him. That's like
I'm gonna give
half
you a
of
dark
Yeah,
horse
dude.
serious
He makes
movie.
like
I'm gonna
he
give
makes
you a-
like
I'm gonna give you a
1.5
dark horse
million per
candidate.
Instagram post.
I like Dark Horse. Let's hear it.
Dark horse candidate Gary Busey.
I love it. I'm so behind it. That's basically Ellen. It's like Ellen, but more. It's like Ellen, but more teeth. A little bit more testosterone, a lot more teeth. Bang, show's back on. You don't even gotta change the name. He'll do it for
I
Ellen's
think
credits.
that Gary Busey dancing in the audience with the crowd would be the most exciting 5 minutes of every morning for
The
people.
producers would hate it. They're like, we
Listen,
can't stop him from
imagine-
dancing. He won't
Imagine
stop.
being a guest. Imagine being a guest on this show, right? You show up, and you sit down in the chair next to Gary Busey, and you turn and you look into his eyes, and you look into the eyes of a fucking psychopath. You're gonna be too scared to lie on that show.
Yeah.
I think the best way he could
He's
start
gonna
the show
hypnotize you.
is every time the show starts, he just goes, "Hi, I'm Gary Busey."
You want to go to Colombia?
Just
Oh,
yells
I'm
and
good,
says
Gary
his own
Busey.
name every time. It'd be amazing.
Gary Busey would be so
Jesus.
intimidating. People would need like an insulin injection after watching him for 10 minutes. I don't know if I could handle that. That would be a little bit rough.
Yeah, that's what I think would replace Ellen. Although Ellen, frankly, shouldn't be replaced.
Here's why I think should do it. I don't think we should even try and pretend like we need somebody in that position. I think we should just deface the show. We should give it to David Hasselhoff.
Okay.
Hasselhoff?
Yep. We won't even pretend like it's a comeback. We'll make it a drinking show.
Does he,
No. Oh,
Does he just does he
No,
dance to the
no,
Baywatch
no.
music?
Don't do it to that man. Not to that man.
Does he just run out
Just have
slow
beer
mo to
and
Baywatch
cheeseburgers
music?
everywhere. Ruin
Just-
his life.
He has a whiskey and a Big Mac with some random celebrity every day, and they're dancing, and he's just watching them all angry. He's like,
I'm big in Germany.
There's a German flag in the background. That's the new set.
No.
That might
no.
appeal to a big demographic, I'll be honest.
I feel like he might crush it as a talk show host though for some reason. I don't know. I feel like
He
Hasselhoff's
crushed
got
it
the
on Knight
energy,
Rider
man.
and Baywatch. Why would he suck sitting down?
I think he would. Yeah, I think he'd be excited.
Listen, we all know that Pamela Anderson made that show.
For sure. But did you
You
like,
know,
hear his
Hasselhoff
lines?
factor.
His hair.
Not the factor though.
His hair was the factor, because he wasn't in good shape even back then. But his hair was a factor. He had a mullet curl. It was like a permed mullet, and it was like, how do you even get that?
Yep.
How do you even have the nerve to ask
Everybody
for
else
that?
tried for. That was
So
like
many years.
Everybody's look was.
I'll
like
tell you what.
trying
You
to be
put
that.
Hasselhoff. You put young Hasselhoff today, and they're starting Baywatch. He would not get cast.
No.
That's a hot take for you.
I don't even think that's a hot take. I think that's just dead, honest, hard truth for the man, the Hoff. I think the Hoff
Sorry
is
for
just-
hassling the Hoff.
Okay, so Hasselhoff probably shouldn't be the replacement host. Who's due for a comeback? This is probably a good comeback position because it's a lot of exposure and like a good friendly light. Who could really?
What do you
use
think,
it?
Michael?
I've been thinking. There's been a handful of people
What if Kevin Costner did a Day show? That'd be kind of crazy.
Kevin Costner.
No, he already got his comeback with Hatfields and McCoys.
He's like, I'm trying to recoup my losses from
Oh,
Waterworld.
I don't even know if he
Shit,
needs to
picked up
come
an
back,
Emmy.
dude. That guy's had so many movies, he can just chill.
He's very successful. He didn't need a comeback. Yeah.
You know who needs a comeback, dude? Brendan Fraser. I'm gonna say it. I think Brendan Fraser
Brendan
would crush
Fraser.
it as the
The
show
mummy
host.
guy.
He'd steer into the skid a little bit. Like he could be funny. He could like
Intense
do
energy.
wacky segments. I think.
I think if he grows a beard, he can do it.
Imagine if he had to do like wacky deadpan and then like wacky stares and like cameras, like cut takes, like.
I feel like Brendan Fraser's
Brendan
been
Fraser
close to getting a daytime show. Like he's been real close, but at the last second they just pick someone else, and it's been like that the rest of his fucking career.
I don't know. I think that he could like slide in with a good energy, and people would be like, "Oh, I remember this guy," and then he just takes on this whole new light.
Dude, what about Tobey Maguire? I haven't seen him in a minute.
Oh
He's
man,
friendly.
yeah, that's a good idea.
We
That's
saw him
actually not a
dance in
bad.
Spider-Man 3.
Yeah.
Dang, dang, dang. Get that man
Yeah,
on
when he's
stage.
like,
Yeah,
he's pointing
see
at
how
all the
cool-
ladies.
You get him doing
Dude, that's the
things on
shit.
stage
That's my
every
favorite
time.
part of that movie when he's just like,
Dude, let that man mamba
Yeah,
and
dude,
cha-cha
fuck yeah.
all day long.
What
Oh.
about Ellen Page?
Oh, the Juno.
They don't
artist.
even have to rename
they don't
the
even
show,
they don't
dude.
even have to change.
That's gonna save so much money.
They don't even gotta change the branding. Or
All
nothing.
that branding copyright, it stays.
I think fucking
Oh.
Baphomet's got it right there, bro.
I think
dude.
If we're talking from an executive perspective, that
I
is
think
the
that's
winner.
the most seamless transition. She
That's
comes
the
out
win.
fucking like, hey,
It's cool. You're not gonna boo her. Like
Well, she's on Netflix right now. She got multiple Netflix things. Is she gonna go?
they
from
just
Netflix-
gotta pay. They just gotta cut the check. You know, they gotta cut the check. You know, give her the
Who
money.
would go from? Yeah, but who would go from Netflix to daytime? It's like so much more work for so much less money.
They just gotta offer her like an obscene amount.
All the money they save on the changing of the name.
They gotta give her all that Ellen money, dude. Because you already know Ellen was getting paid.
I heard they still have to pay Ellen.
They probably do. They probably do still have to pay her.
So how are they gonna give her that Ellen money if they're still paying Ellen that Ellen money?
They gotta
Yo.
rob a fucking bank, I guess.
You
I
know
don't
who else would be fire? And I think I got you on this one, Baphomet. Is Ellen Pompeo, Grey's Anatomy, dog.
Now she sounds more affordable because I don't know who that is.
The main character in Grey's
Who the fuck
Anatomy.
that is.
Literally the main actress in Grey's Anatomy.
I-
All right,
I've
like,
never seen
holy
that
shit.
show.
I've never watched it.
You guys have never seen Grey's Anatomy, bro?
No.
I saw House, and yeah.
House. That's my man.
Whatever,
Yeah.
dude. I'm sorry.
Dr.
I
House.
was-
yeah.
You picked the
Audience
inferior
make
medical
fun of
show,
these
dude. I'm
guys because they've
sorry.
never seen Grey's.
No, hold on.
Grey's
Grey's Anatomy. Grey's Anatomy was like ER mixed with Sex in the City. I'm good.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go watch House because
House. I've seen House
awesome.
too.
And he
I
does
mean,
drugs.
I just can't
Don't
believe you guys
even
have never
try
even...
with House, dude. He's got like 6 Emmys in a row.
yeah.
Stop.
Don't try to come over to House after you pumped Grey's Anatomy. So just stay over there.
I've
with
seen
your
both.
people.
I'm just saying I've seen
No,
both.
no, just stay with
Hold
your people.
on.
Stay in your lane,
Oh,
and we're
okay.
gonna be over here with
Okay.
House. Dr. House,
Okay.
MD.
Sorry, boys.
That's Mr. Dr. House MD to you, motherfucker.
I didn't even disagree. I was saying that I saw it and it was a good show, and you guys are telling me to shut up. I don't understand.
Oh my god.
Ah.
Hugh Laurie, thank you. Oh my gosh. Hugh Laurie would be funny, but I don't think he'd do it. And he's very
I
dry.
think he's happy just chilling.
Kelsey Grammer.
I'm good.
Ooh, Kelsey Graham would be cool.
Kelsey Grammer would be cool. He's due for a comeback too. He's due for a comeback. He could use some.
He's been
daytime
taught. They've been
money.
hinting at a Frasier spinoff, and I'm like, dude, please. They've been talking about like Frasier's son is like Martin. He behaves like Martin, and it's like a new spin on that, and it's Frasier's now old. Oh man, it would be good.
What if he did a spin-off on Inside Their Actor Studio and he did Inside Their Trailer Park and he just would invite people who came to the show to come and talk about their life in the trailer park?
Could be interesting. I don't know.
I mean, if you're really into trailer parks, yeah.
Like, is it filmed in a
I just feel
single
like who
wide?
else
Is that what we're
going,
talking about?
Who else is going to these free daytime viewings, like filmings? Like, I'm just making some assumptions.
I hope
here.
there's
I
some
don't know
Are
this.
production
you making
quality?
some
Fuck.
generalizations,
I don't
Cameron?
work for the networks, okay? I don't know these things. I'm just saying.
Shout out all the trailer park listeners out there. We value all of you.
Yeah, if you live in a trailer park, we actually value you more. That's why we talked about you over people in those Adobe pieces of shit.
Thank you.
Right?
Dude, this is
Dude, we lost all our trailer park listeners when we made fun of Mississippi. Okay, don't worry about it.
Shout out all the Mississippi listeners if you're still there.
Dude, we lost in one day Mississippi, Louisiana, and I think Minnesota.
We just decided to take a shit on the South real quick.
Our light up map for audience went bloop, bloop, bloop. We lost some lights.
It looks like we lost service in those states.
We went the way of Ellen DeGeneres on the old Mississippi.
Yeah, what do you guys got for fucking takeaways, bro?
I feel like I fucking bodied this episode, honestly. You know what I'm saying? But that's
That has
just,
not been your takeaway for so long now. I've
listen,
almost forgotten.
I do what I do when I can, you know? And obviously I did it right now. So
Okay.
it's your boy on Baphomet.
All right. I
Black
think
shirt and
mine's,
everything.
I think mine's probably that my biggest takeaway is that Baphomet Jr. is trying to take away your life. And so you gotta watch that. Like a hawk. What do you got, Michael?
My biggest takeaway from this episode is that I gave real, actual, practical advice from experience. And then I also feel like I had a good suggestion, but these guys don't. These guys just hate on me for seeing. And it's not like you even fucking watch the show. I just know who she is. Jesus Christ. That's my takeaway from this episode. Is these guys are fucks.
Your advice was practical, though. You were like the Bernie Sanders of dick pics. So thank you for that.
Peace out.
Go read a book.
Mucho take it easy, baby girls. That was good. Check me out on Instagram at campeasy.berry and YouTube at CB Comedy.
I'm on Instagram, Seinfeld, SIGHN Feld, and also Fuckerberg.
Young Baphomet _ on Instagram and the fucking Twitter machine.
And I'm at _M Booth on Twitter and Instagram, and then Facebook, YouTube, Michael Booth.
And don't forget to check out the Cowboy Rowdy Podcast on Instagram and also the Cowboy Rowdy Podcast on Facebook.